This one is very scary. A man named Zohan running for mayor of New York. New York, New York. You see all these things on TV. You see, Mamdani is a communist. What the hell does that mean? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. This is Daniel Gallagher, host of Gallagher's Grip, once again here at the lovely south side of Chicago studio here, where we are coming to you live with another awesome episode, another daily grip. And this one is fun, but not really. This one is very scary. Absolutely crazy, with a level of insanity that I thought I would never see in the history of my lifetime. And yes, we are talking about a man named Zohan Mamdani, the man who is currently, as we speak right now, running for mayor of New York. New York, New York. New York is in some serious shit right now. There's no doubt about it. And so is the rest of the United States of America. Why? You know, you see all these things on TV. You see President Trump saying, well, you know what? Mamdani is a communist. Mamdani is also referred to as a democratic socialist. What the hell does that mean? Does anybody know what that really means? I'm talking about the younger age group, the younger people out there that hear these words and really cannot connect the dots, or maybe they choose not to, but we have a huge, monumental, massive problem here. And what saddens me personally is that the people of this country, and rather the people of New York City, simply cannot see it or are overlooking it. I mean, what is New York? New York is a gigantic melting pot of all kinds of people from all over the country. And what makes America great is exactly what President Ronald Reagan once said in a speech where he addressed all kinds of people and said, you know, America is the only country where you can literally go through a process and call yourself an American citizen. Well, you know, maybe it's time we look at that comment. Maybe it's time, because we have got a Muslim, okay? Nothing against Muslims, but we have got a Muslim communist democratic socialist, let's call it that, right now running, you know, to become the mayor of New York City with beliefs that completely contradict the global thought process of America. This man is coming in as a, let's refer to him as a communist for a second. Well, what is a communist? What does that mean? Why is this guy even able to run in the city of New York? Why are people following him? Well, let me tell you something right now, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to hear me clearly. Do you know the fastest way to win an election? The fastest way to win an election anywhere is the word free. Now, he represents free, doesn't he? But it's not the free that we as a country believe in, is it? It's not freedom, is it? No, it's not. It's free. It's free healthcare. It's free this, free food, free housing. Everything that the man says has to do with the word free. Well, who doesn't want something for free? I would, if somebody came up to me with an envelope for $10,000 and said, here, it's for free. I'm going to take it. If somebody hands me the keys to a motorcycle or a brand new compound bowl or a car or a house or anything, a camera, whatever the case is, and they say the word free, it's free. Well, guess what? I'm gonna take it, because why wouldn't I? Hey, follow me, everybody. Follow me to the sunshine. It's free. Everything is free. Vote for me because it's free. Great tagline, right? Let me read this to you, and I want you to open up your ears. A communist party believes in replacing capitalism with socialism, achieving a classless society with public ownership of the means of production and planned expanding the economy to serve the working class. That's all nice. That's all great. Key principles often include social equality, solidarity, and the redistribution of wealth through specific policies vary amongst different communist parties. However, what this is really saying is that communist parties, the fundamental goal is the collective ownership of all property, especially the means of production, rather than private ownership. That's very interesting. All these people that have worked their whole lives, generation after generation, and we've got a Muslim communist coming in to want to be the next mayor of the largest, most powerful city in the United States. And this guy is going to come in and try to advocate that healthcare shall be for free, political equality for all people. All of the communists support a planned economy where production and distribution are managed to meet the needs of society rather than being driven by market competition. All right, it's free. Vote for him. It's free. What's wrong with you people? Where is the American dream? What is wrong? Is it because that New York is a melting pot of people? Have we lost our ability to control a situation or a scenario? Anybody wants to come in here to America and sign some documents and call themselves an American? Well, guess what? They can run for president. They can run for office for sure. But to have somebody like him manage and be a part and be a mayor of the most powerful city in the world, what does that tell the rest of the country? What does that tell the rest of the world? That we as Americans are just going to sit back and let a socialist, a communist, a Muslim mayor come in and take the helm and just simply try to integrate all of his thoughts and policies into the word free and freedom and free everything, where everybody that's worked their ass off for their entire life, now it becomes meaningless. Now, the real truth is that for this man to actually implement any kind of left-wing radical lunacy, he's going to have to get a lot of support within the government branches. Certainly won't get any support at the federal level, so he will be hindered from day one, moment one, second one. Everybody could cheer and scream and yell and give hugs and kisses, and at the end of the day, it doesn't mean much whatsoever because he will be monitored on a second by second basis. Do you believe that your president of the United States, who is out there advocating for the complete opposite, he's advocating for the complete opposite. He's advocating for people to be able to get and achieve the freedom, the American dream. The American dream, ladies and gentlemen. He is not advocating for people to take away the American dream, to have the American dream basically given to somebody in a leadership role where they control it, like a North Korea or a China, etc. That's not what America stands for. That's not what this country stands for. And therein lies the day-to-day fight, the day-to-day argument, the day-to-day push, because this country was founded off of the notion that you can come here and you can create and achieve your goals and your dreams as an American citizen. You have the right to get into this country, work your butt off, and at the end of your career, you are left with X. And X hopefully is a substantial number for you. We do not have many people tell us what to do. Certainly not a Muslim communist, a socialism. No. Socialist. We're not going to do that. Why are all these people following this guy? Is it because he represents free? I mean, when you look at him on TV, you look at everybody surrounding him. I mean, I hate to say it. I got to be honest. I see a lot of Muslims. Where are all of these people coming from? Muslim Americans. Well, you know what? If Americans are going to be, if that word is going to be behind every single Chinese American, a Japanese American, then what the hell is America anymore? Can somebody please tell me that? Because I just have a hard time with all this. I'm having a real tough time with all this. Let me read this to you guys right here. Social organization here, a democratic socialism. Social organization. the advocate for a public and or cooperative ownership and control of the means and methods of all production, all major industries, all major utility companies and transportation companies, rather than private corporate ownership. So basically, what it's saying is that they're going to want to decentralize anybody who has ever owned a business and let the government own it and run it and operate it. So there's no American dream there. There's no American dream with an idea or a notion like that. And anybody who says there is, they must be an idiot, an absolute idiot. I see these people following this guy. And to me, Daniel Gallagher's Grip, it's mind-blowing. It is unbelievably shocking that this man is getting all of these people. And mind you, look at the races that are out there. You know, you really want to stay away from the word race and races. But the reality is, if you really dissect and you really look at who's on TV, it's many Muslims. Many Muslims are following this man. And it's like, well, wait a minute. So we've got Muslim Americans now. So we've got Muslim Americans coming into this country and they decide that they want to run for governor. They want to run for mayor. Hell, they want to run for the United States of America office of being a president. And we as Americans just allow them to come in and sign a document. I call them signatory Americans. They simply sign a document after they wait a period of time. But guess what, baby? They're American. Try that in China. Try that in North Korea. Try that in South Korea. Try that anywhere else, basically. Okay? Anywhere else. Ronald Reagan did say it best. Anybody can come into this country and wait and go through a process, and once approved, can call themselves an American citizen. I'm not sure if that is the right thing anymore. I don't know. I'm just speaking out loud, ladies and gentlemen. Don't rip my head off. But if this man wins this race tonight, that is going to be a huge problem that needs to be looked at. And I don't want to hear from people let's take a step back. Is it just because we want things for free? Is that what it is? Is it because that we're tired of having to wake up every single day and go to work and bust our ass and spend time away from our kids and spend time away from all of our loved ones? Is it just the notion of getting things for free? Because if it is, let's just come out and say it is. We just want things for free, Mr. Gallagher. That's it. We just want to get things for free, live our life, be happy, die, and be done. Well, you know what? That's not America. What is America? Is waking up and busting your ass and actually succeeding. That is America. That's what this country was founded on. This country is not founded on people sitting at home eating Doritos and eating chips and drinking pop and being fat, lazy sons of bitches and not actually doing anything with their lives. That is not what this country was founded on. And I know I'm being blunt, but I think it calls for me to be blunt. I mean, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a communist. I mean, Jesus Christ, we have got somebody that is running for office right now, and the issue is that he has a real following. Now, you could take a step back and say, well, you know what, Mr. Gallagher, he did it. He just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He became governor of California. He did it. We did it. He did it. God bless. That's America, Mr. Gallagher. That is what this country stands for. Well, that's certainly one way that you can look at it. Without question, certainly one way you can look at it. It's a problem. We're going to have a huge problem here. It's the mindset of America. Who is stripping away the dream, the notion of America and what this country was founded on? And I want you to think about what I'm telling you right now. What races? I don't like to go to races, but in this particular case, it's important. What race? Really open up your eyes, ladies and gentlemen, and ask yourself this question. What race of people are trying to strip this notion of freedom, the right to spread your wings and be free? What race? What kinds of people are doing it? I don't know. Is it the radical left Democrat lunatics? You know, whenever I say that word or that sentence, I get hammered on social media. But I am not a liberal, and I am not a Democrat. And though I have a lot of friends that are Democrats, I wouldn't categorize them as left-wing lunatics. There is a place for people in this country, such as myself, to wake up every morning with the thought process of fighting on behalf of the American people who still believe in freedom, who still believe in the notion that you can succeed in this company if you, A, open up your eyes, B, make your bed, C, get up and actually, D, get your ass, out there looking for a job, bust your ass, do something instead of sitting at home watching social media and or everything that basically gets in the way or becomes an excuse of getting your ass up and becoming something of yourself. I mean, Jesus, can you imagine if you actually, really forced yourself to give it everything you got and something that you love, how this country would change, how it would just change so drastically, right? Ladies and gentlemen, it is a monumental global mistake here if this man actually gets voted in today in New York. To have that man get voted in today is a change that I believe needs to be viewed and looked at the federal level. I have been reading all of the articles that Donald Trump has been posting, and I have to say, with all due respect, I think he is right. I think the man is right. So wait a minute. This man up here has fought. This man, as in your president, Donald Trump, fought to be a free nation, to fight for freedom, to fight. Now, all of a sudden, we've got this Mamdani Salami guy coming out of nowhere that actually wants to be at the leadership helm of New York City. Is it me, ladies and gentlemen, or does anybody else think that this is fucked up? There is no other word to use but that word right there. And you want to know the truth? The truth is that it's insanity. And last I heard here, he was actually taking lead right now. He's leading the race. This is crazy. It's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to, Daniel Gallagher's Grip wants to be the next president of, the next leader, dictator of China. It's that crazy. I think that we have got a massive problem here, and I think that it needs to be looked at. And what happens here is that, here's something that's interesting, okay? The foreign-born population in New York City, about 37% of residents were born outside. Listen to me carefully. 37% of residents were born outside the U.S., with the largest group of people from the Dominican Republic, China, and Mexico currently living in New York, including Asians and Muslim backgrounds. Now, what are we? What is America? Does anybody know what America is anymore? Does anybody know? If anybody can come into this country and sign a document and be a signatory citizen, well, what is America? Because I guarantee you that those people coming into this country, they're not reading the Bill of Rights. They're not reading the Constitution. They don't know the fundamental basis of what this country was founded on. And I mentioned this in my other podcast. They don't give a shit. They're coming in here for freedom. They're coming in here for free. They're coming in here for free. The word that resonates all over this great nation here, for free. They're coming in because they want it for free. So what they'll do is they'll use the system, they'll abuse the system, and they'll get everything for free. Meanwhile, they're ducking and jiving and trying to buy companies or work here and work there and so on and so forth. The immigration is a huge issue. The policies that we have to allow a non-American citizen into this country, perhaps it's time it needs to be looked at, and please, okay, please don't take this personally, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? As a sitting American citizen right now, I'm for freedom. I'm for I'm for everything. Let's put it that way. I am for being able to follow out your goals, achieve your dreams. I am that guy, okay? But to actually witness somebody that actually comes from a understanding and or a background or past, okay, that comes into this great nation to run the largest city in the world, one of them anyway, certainly, with beliefs and backgrounds of a communist or a socialist mindset is absolutely, utterly, without question, insane. And why do people support him? You know, I believe that a lot of people support certain people because they're bored. They don't know. A lot of these people you see on TV standing behind Mamdani, Salami, etc. A lot of people standing behind him, they don't know. They're, hey, come on over here. Let's just, hey, I'll give you $10. Everybody, I need 500 people. Stand behind him. Make him look wanted, etc. You know, a lot of those people have no clue. A lot of these people have no clue. The one word that they do understand, though, the one word that's very important is free. The word free. The word free, everybody. I am happy and I am proud that I have started Gallagher's Grip. I am satisfied that I am a guy who speaks for the American people. Yes, I am a Republican, and yes, I am against anybody to the far left that reaches the levels of lunacy. I am not against, all Democrats or the Democratic mindset. I am for America. I believe in America. I believe in freedom. I believe in the ability for people to come to this country and live in peace and have the opportunity to start a business and or have a career and live basically in peace, and which is what we want. We all just want to live in peace. We want to live in happiness and maybe have a couple more chips in the bank account than not, right? I don't believe that this country should have people from other countries come in and have the ability to take over this country. That's the bottom line. That's what people don't say. That's what's not being said right now. Muslim, having a Muslim come into this country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not being disrespectful here, but correct me if I'm wrong. What group of people were in charge of actually knocking down the two buildings in that great state? Again, take it easy. Take it easy. I'm not racist. I'm just calling out facts. What does anybody remember that horrible fucking moment in time that do you remember where you were? I know Alan Jackson's song was a massive hit because of that moment. Where were you when the world stopped turning? Well, isn't it interesting, borderline crazy, that we're allowing someone like that to get into office in a city that was attacked, quite frankly, and being objective by that world. And everybody knows what I'm talking about, and I'm not holding it back. Insanity, utter chaos and craziness. Oh, God, Mr. Gallagher, there you go again, you quack, you wacko, you lunatic. All you do is scream. And no, I don't just scream. I am here speaking the truth, speaking facts backed up by data from multiple sources here. I am here speaking facts. And I love people that comment on my show because you could clearly see the ones that actually have no clue what they're talking about. We go through the comments. We love the comments. We go through the comments. What about this, Mr. Gallagher? What about that? Many of them are amazing. Many of them are great. But I also love the constructive criticism. Let me say this to you, okay? Let me say this to you. Do you agree that a Muslim communist, somebody who believes that basically the government should control and run everything and just give everything away for free? Because that's what it says, folks. Those of you who don't know, do your research, okay? Do you believe that's what America needs right now? Do you think that that's where this country is going? Do you think that these guys in this damn picture right here, do you think that these guys right here would want this country to go in that direction. What about these guys right here in this picture? Do you think those guys would want this country to head in this direction? I think President Trump is right. I think he's right. I absolutely believe that he needs to, I don't know, some of this stuff is just so mind-blowing. It's just unbelievable. But I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it's very disheartening. It's very disheartening here in this country. And just because there's a lot of people voting for him, don't forget about the millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people that are actually sitting in that state saying, what the hell's going on here? What's going on here? Hello? Does anybody see a problem here? Hello? Hello? Anybody here? It's crazy. It's insanity, and it's sad.